Good morning, students. What I have seen in the previous class, that is motion of connected two bodies. Two bodies it will be connected. How to calculate? How did you calculate the tension acting on the string, and then concurrent forces, and the two connected bodies will be considered as a vertically and horizontally. And what are concurrent forces? What is Lami's theorem? That is all are discussed in the previous session. Okay. In the today's session, I explain what is the law of conservation of total linear momentum. Okay, law of conservation of total linear momentum. First, let us enter this topic. First, you should know about what is momentum. Momentum means one particle will be moving, having some mass and having some velocity. Movement of one particle with the mass and with the velocity, it will be called as momentum. Momentum, it will be described as a simple as P. It will be equal to the product of mass and velocity. Already you learn in the lower classes, okay, 9th and 10th. Now, I explain that conservation of total linear momentum. What is the meaning that conservation? Conserved means the momentum, it will be constant before impact or after impact. One phenomenon, one impact it will be is there, that the impact before one momentum is there and after one momentum is there. That the momentum it will be constant before and after, it will be equal to conservation of linear momentum. ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் நடக்குதுன்னா அந்த ப்ராசஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி அதோட மொமெண்டம் எவ்வளோ இருந்தது, ப்ராசஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் அதோட மொமெண்டம் எப்படி இருந்தது, ரெண்டும் கான்ஸ்டன்டாக இருந்ததுன்னா இட் வில் பி கன்சர்வ். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் கன்சர்வேஷன் ஆஃப் linear momentum. That is one law is there, that is the law is law of conservation of linear momentum. Okay. So, what is the difference between the law of conservation of linear momentum and Newton laws? So, first I explain the definition of law of conservation of linear momentum. First, we have to consider as a Newton third law. That Newton third law is every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Opposite reaction means one force it will be equal to the opposite force, opposite reaction force. So, F21 vector is equal to minus F12 vector. Okay. So, force it will be directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum, that is dP1 by dt is equal to dP22 by dt. Because in the Newton's second law, force is equal to rate of change of momentum. So, dP by dt. So, F is equal to dP1 by dt is equal to F12 is equal to dP2 by dt. Okay. So, now we have to take this term, it will be the left side, dP1 by dt plus dP2 by dt. Isn't it? So, it will be equal to 0 because the total force it will be acting on the system, it will be equal to 0. What's the meaning that the total force it will be conserved before and after collision? This is the means the total momentum it will be conserved, but it will be in opposite because one force act ஆகுதுன்னா அதுக்கு opposite இன்னொரு force act ஆகும், but ரெண்டும் ஈக்குவலாக தான் இருக்கும். That is called law of conservation of momentum. Momentum change ஆகலாம், but இதோட total value is not change. It will be equal to 0. So, momentum it will be vary, but total momentum is will be conserved. That is called law of conservation of linear momentum. Okay. Then law of conservation of linear momentum having some points. இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து இதில் வந்து P1, P2 value it will be vary, but addition of two momentums, P1 vector for first body and P2 vector it will be the second body, the addition of two momentum it will be equal to 0. That is called conservation of linear momentum because two values it will be in a equal but in opposite. So, P1 vector plus P2 vector it will be equal to 0. Okay ma? P1 oda P2 oda value vary இருக்கலாம், but ரெண்டையும் ஆட் பண்ணும்போது 0 ஆச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் conservation of linear momentum. Okay. Then some points about the linear momentum. First, linear momentum it will be considered as a vector law because the conservation of linear momentum will be explained in the form of vector form. Okay. So, linear momentum it will be obeys the Newton law, and then can also be always the total momentum can also be 0. So, that is the vector law it will be used to explain the law of conservation of linear momentum. And second one is compare the Newton's second law and law of linear momentum. In the law Newton's second law, how to compare? Compare the two laws. Newton's second law it will be explained by using the forces, internal forces. Okay. Without a force does not explain the Newton's second law, but law of conservation of momentum it will be explained without the forces it will be acting on the body. So easily it will be explained one phenomena by the way of conservation of linear momentum. So, we taking the Newton's second law of motion to explain any one motion of the particle, we must consider the forces it will be into account. But we taking we taking to explain one motion of a particle by the way of law of conservation of momentum. It will be very easy because without considering the forces will be acting on the object. Okay. So we have to easily preferable the law of conservation of momentum to explain the motion of a particle. Okay, ma. Then I will give some example to explain the example of law of conservation of momentum. Okay. First one, firing gun. Okay. Recoil momentum solvanga. Firing gun means we use one gun for firing. We have to supply one force on the point. So force it will be applied to the knob. Okay, the knob it will be moving backward. Okay, the gun it will be firing on forward motion. Okay, the gun it will be firing. Bullet and gun it will be gun not will be moving forward. Bullet it will be moving forward. Okay, gunனுக்கு நீங்க force வந்து backward apply பண்ணும்போது bullet it will be going to the forward motion. So the two forces will be acting but in the opposite. Okay, this is a Newton's second law is there also, but how to explain the law of conservation of momentum? So firing a gun, before firing I have to check the gun having the momentum is p1 vector, p1 dash, and bullet having some momentum that is b1 dash, b1, and gun having the momentum that is b2. Okay, after firing b1 it will be changed, the momentum of the bullet is b1 dash, and p2 it will be changed, the momentum of the gun will be the b2 cap, b2 dash, not a cap. Okay, so the momentum it will be changed b1 to b1 dash and b2 to b2 dash after firing. So before the firing it will be in the rest position, the bullet and gun it will be the rest position. We have to apply the knob in the gun in the backward direction, the bullet it will be moving to the forward motion, and then after we have to firing a gun, some backward force it will be acting on the gun, that is some momentum it will be created in the gun also, that is b2 it will be changed into b2 dash. ஒன்றும் இல்லைப்பா, நீங்கள் புல்லட் கன் வந்து நீங்கள் ஃபயர் பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா ஃபயர் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு நாபில் நீங்கள் ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணுவீங்க, புல்லட் ஃபார்வர்டாக மோஷன் ஆகும், அதே நேரத்தில் கன் ஒரு ஸ்டெப் பேக்வர்டாக அப்படி அடிக்கும். ஸோ தட் இஸ் பேக் சைட் momentum is there. Back side momentum will be created with respect of the forward motion of the bullet. That the momentum it will be called as recoil momentum. Recoil momentum is forward momentum it will be created in any one thing, it will be exerts the recoil force to the concerned object. எந்த ஆப்ஜெக்டோ அந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட்டுக்கு recoil one momentum it will be created, that is called recoil momentum. This is the first example. Okay, that the momentum it will be mentioned with p1 it will be changed into b1 dash and b2 it will be changed into b2 dash. Then I have to explain, I have to tell another one example, that is m1, one mass, we taking the one mass, that the mass it will be in a rest position, that the object will be in a rest position. Okay, we have to use the another one object, it will be giving the force to the first object, the first object will be moving and hit to the second object, and two objects will be moving in a different direction. Say example is billiards விளையாடும்போது we use one stick, that the stick will be applying on the force on one ball, the ball it will be moving and then it will be hit to the another one ball, that the ball also it will be moving. That is the example. M2 mass it will be in a rest position, M1 mass it will be moving, the force of M1 mass it will be moving and it will be hit to the M2 mass, and then two masses will be moving to the another one direction. So momentum is there, so that the two objects having the initial momentum it will be no doubt, and then before the collision the momentum it will be equal to the after collision, that is called conservation of linear momentum. Does not altered by the internal forces of first one. The thing வந்து இங்கே external force அங்கே apply பண்ணுறதுனால அந்த forceனால the momentum cannot be altered. So total conservation of momentum is there before and after impact. So collision, before collision one momentum is there, after collision one momentum is there, that the momentum it will be equal before and after, it will be called law of conservation of momentum. ஒரு பால் இன்னொரு பாலை போய் கிட்ட ஆகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி அதோட momentum என்ன, கிட்டான பிறகு two balls it will be moving in opposite different direction, that's also the momentum it will be considered. That the momentum it will be constant, that is called law of conservation of momentum. So that the two examples it will be explaining the law of conservation of linear momentum. First I explained that what is the law of conservation of momentum, and second one what are the points that will be listed out in the law of conservation of momentum, and I had give the two examples for law of conservation of momentum. Now I will go for impulse. Okay, what's the meaning that impulse? Impulse means a very strong force, it will be applied in short interval of time. A small time duration, highest force it will be applied on single object, that is called impulse. Impulse is nothing but force it will be acting at an instant time, at a short duration time, that is will be called impulse. Impulse denoted as J. Okay, how to calculate the impulse? First, normally in Newton's second law, force it will be equal to rate of change of momentum, dp by dt. Okay, so dp is equal to f into dt. Okay, so f into dt means force it will be acting at a particular time, short duration of time, so that is called impulse. So impulse dp is equal to impulse impulse J. Okay, so force into time, so the impulse unit is, the SI unit of impulse is, force unit is Newton and time unit is second, so Newton second. Okay, so impulse J is equal to change in momentum. So this is the one phenomenon, impulse is equal to change in momentum. How to derive it? First we consider the Newton's second law, that is F is equal to dp by dt. So dp is equal to f into dt, and dp is equal to j into dt, that is the impulse, and unit is Newton second, and we have to taking the integral on both sides. Integral of dp is equal to integral of f into t, integral of dp is equal to integral of f into t. dp is we consider as initial and final momentum, and time it will be denoted as ti and tf. Ti and tf. Ti and tf. Now we have to calculate integrating on both sides. dp means p, lower limit and upper limit is equal to, we taking f as a common and taking on integral dt, that is t, that is ti and tf. Okay, then upper limit and lower limit, pf minus pi is equal to f into tf minus ti. So final minus initial, that is del p. Okay, del p is equal to f into final time minus initial time, that is change in time, del t. Okay, then f into del t, that is called also j. So impulse is equal to change in momentum. Otherwise change in momentum is equal to average force by using the instant of time. So del p is equal to f average into del t. ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் டைமுக்கு ஆவரேஜ் எவ்வளோ இருக்குது, எவ்வளோ ஆவரேஜ் ஃபோர்ஸ் ஆக்ட் ஆகிருக்கு. ஸோ del p is equal to average force into del t, and then that's all. So del p is equal to f average into del t. Then the average force it will be considered as, that is the average force it will be acting at a particular interval of time. Then we have to consider as the two graphs. The graphs will be plotted between force and time. Okay, the graph it will be note down so it will be drawn versus force and time. Force ku time ku rendu drawing varanjirukanga. Two graphs will be drawn. First graph will be mentioned with the constant force that will be acting at a particular time, that is initial time and final time, that is I and f. Okay, at a particular time constant force it will be applied, the graph it will be given, and then various forces it will be acting on the body at a particular interval of time, that the graph it will be drawn. That the graph having the big value, constant force, the average forces it will be acting line is there. Constant force apply agna, average force it will be in a common, but the forces it will be vary, the graph it will be reach the peak value and some portion having the constant forces, average forces. Average of force value enga irukku paakano. Constant of forcing, constant ana enadho 2 Newton forces act agudhu, common forces act agudna, that is constant forces. But variable forces, first you have to apply the 2 Newton, otherwise apply the 4 Newton, after 6 Newton, after 8 Newton. So the Newton force value it will be increases, reach the peak value, after you have to decreases, reach the low value. So that's the peak value is there and the constant force value is there. So this is the way we easily explain the impulse J is equal to integral of infinity dt, that is T1 to D2. So J is equal to integral of T1 to T2 into F into dt, that is the impulse formula, and then it will be explained in the integration form as well as the explained in the graph format, graphical method format. Okay. So next I will go for the examples for impulse. Impulse is nothing but strong force will be acting with a short interval of time. So that is dp, F is equal to dp by dt, dp is equal to F into dt and dp is equal to j, and integral of initial momentum to final momentum is equal to initial time to final time into F into dt. Then we have to consider integrating on both sides, p is equal to F into t and I to F initial momentum and final momentum, initial time and final time. So Pf minus Pi is equal to T into Tf minus Ti, that is change in momentum del P, that is change in time del T. So del P is equal to F average into del T. Okay. So F average is equal to force average is equal to change in momentum by change in time. This is the way I explained in the graph format. We taking y as a force and x axis consider as a time. We plot the graph in between the force and time. We consider as the average, what's the value will be give the constant force it will be acting on the body, and what's the value will be reach the peak, giving the peak value for a time. எவ்வளோ டைமில் அது கான்ஸ்டன்ட் ஃபோர்ஸில் அப்ளை ஆகிருக்கு, எவ்வளோ டைமில் அது பீக் வேல்யூ அட்டைன் ஆகிருக்கு. தட்ஸ் த வே we easily analyze by the graphical method. Okay. So now I explain the example for impulse. Impulse means strong force it will be applied in a short interval of time. So first one is cricket man. Okay. In the cricket game, one person it will be bowling a ball, another one person it will be kick the ball by using the bat. Okay. So the batsman it will be batsman ball speed அடிக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னா the catcher it will be catch the ball, but he catch the ball at the time he down their hands. Okay. அவங்களோட கையை கீழ் நோக்கி இறங்கிட்டே போவாங்க. Why? Because you have to catch at the point of the upward motion in the head height. The ball easily it will be reached with a fraction of time, and then it will be giving the greatest force to a hand, and definitely your hand it will be hurt because it will be the ball it will be giving the greatest force to our hands. Okay. Suppose you have to increase the time to reach the ball to a hand, the momentum it will be decreases and the strongest force value it will also decreases to reach your hands. அதாவது கிரிக்கெட் மேன் வந்து பாலை வந்து கேட்ச் பண்ணும்போது கீழ் நோக்கி கையை கொண்டு போகிறதுக்கான ரீசன், இங்கே நீங்கள் கேட்ச் பண்ணிங்க அப்படின்னா அதோடைய மெமெண்டம் ஃபோர்ஸும் அதிகமாக இருக்கும் வந்து ரீச் ஆகும்போது, தென் மெமெண்டமும் அதிகமாக இருக்கும், டைமும் உங்களுக்கு கம்மியாக இருக்கும். நீங்கள் எங்கே கொண்டு போகும்போது டைமை இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறதுனால மெமெண்டம் வேல்யூ இட் வில் பி லோ, force it will be low. So force it will be low with a time, automatically impulse it will be decreases. So impulse it will be decreases, automatically your hand does not hurt. Okay, this is the first example. And second example, car steering wheel having one air pack, because suppose if we meet and anyone accident, we kit on to the wheel steering. உங்களோட இந்த இதில் நீங்கள் ஓட்டுற இதில் வந்து போய் நீங்கள் தலையை முட்டிக்கிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா the air pack it will be coming to the outside. Okay, coming to the easily outside, your head does not to be injured by the kit to the air pack. Suppose the air pack is not there, you have to kit on the steering, so easily your head is hurt. Okay, so air pack it will be in a car. And then third one, shock absorber in automobiles. All automobiles are having cushion seats and some shock absorbers. So, suppose you meet an accident, the vibration it will be absorbed by the shock absorber, that the vibration does not inch to your body or anything immediately. Okay. Then fourth one, jumping on the similar floor than the sand floor. You have to jumping on the similar floor, definitely you have to injure it. Suppose you have to jumping on the floor, sand floor, it will be injured, but it will be very much lower than that you have to jumping on the similar floor. Similar floor, cement போட்ட ஃப்ளோரில் நீ வந்து குதிக்கும் போது இன்ஜூர் ஆகுறதுக்கும் சாண்டில் குதிக்கும் போது இன்ஜூர் ஆகுறதுக்கும் நிறைய டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் சாண்ட் இட் பி இந்த லூசிங் பார்ட், ஸோ யூ ஹேவ் டு jumping on the sand it will be loosened, so you reach to the floor point, the time it will be increases and force it will be decreases, so that the way the impulse will be reduced, so that the way does not hurt easily. Okay, that are all the examples, it will be the examples for impulse. Okay, so first I explained that the momentum definition. What are the points in the linear momentum? Already I explained. The points in the linear momentum is linear momentum will be obeys the vector law. They are compared to the Newton's second law and law of conservation of linear momentum. Conservation of linear momentum, it will be easily explain the motion of a particle, because without considering the force taken into account. And then examples for the law of conservation of momentum. First one is the firing a gun. Okay, and second one is one ball, it will be hit to the another one ball. The ball, two balls will be moving in a different directions, having some velocity, and before collision and after collision the momentum will be conserved constant. That is also the example for total linear momentum. And then what is the impulse? Impulse means strongest force will be acting in a short duration of time. So F is equal to dp by dt, dp is equal to f into dt, and impulse J is equal to rate of change of momentum. So we are taking the integrations pf minus pa and f into tf minus ta in varo. Then del p is equal to f average into del t, and then as well as I explained in the graphical form also. And then J is equal to f into del t dt. We are taking the impulse by the way of integration method also. And 4 examples there. One, the cricket man catches the ball. The man will be down their hands to increase the time and reduce the force and reduce the impulse also. And then air pack in a car. Suppose we meet an accident, the air pack it will be coming out of the steering. The air pack it will be used to does not hurt your head on the steering. And then third one, shock absorbers in automobiles. Some absorber in automobiles does not to be the vibration, it will be created by meet an accident, that the vibration will be absorbed by the shock absorbers in automobiles. And jumping on the sand floor, definitely be cemented floor, definitely be hurt on your leg, hurt in your leg, comparable than the jumping on the sand floor. Okay, that all are the examples for impulse. And in your book having one problem, that the problem is identify the example 3.15, identify the internal and external forces acting on the following system. Internal or external forces. What are the internal forces? What are the external forces will be acting? Okay, internal means one body internally having some force, that is internal force. External force means I have to apply the force on the table, I have to apply it on the book, that is external forces. External force means the forces acting on the body from the external object or external thing. So the 4 options is there. Earth alone as a system. We have to consider Earth alone as a system. Earth alone as a system. Earth mattum consider padinga. The sun is there. Okay. Sun. Earth alone as a system. Earth it will be revolving around the sun in the elliptical orbit. Okay, the elliptical orbit. So we using the gravitational force. By using the gravitational force, Earth will be revolving around the sun in the elliptical orbit. Okay, but Earth will be giving the internal forces. What are the internal forces will be acting? no internal forces it will be there. Earth alone a system. இதை மட்டும் தான் நம்ம சிஸ்டமாக கன்சிடர் பண்ணி சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இதில் internal forces anything is there, it will be there, it will be spinning around it, but external forces it will be acting. Earth it will be giving the external forces on the sun, that's the gravitational force. So we have to taking the எர்த்துக்குன்னு எந்த இன்டர்னல் ஃபோர்ஸும் இங்கே ஆக்ட் ஆகலை, பட் சன் இட் வில் பி கிவிங் த கிராவிடேஷனல் ஃபோர்ஸ் ஆன் த எர்த். ஓகே, ஸோ தேட் த வே த எர்த் இட் வில் பி ரிவால்விங் அரவுண்ட் த சன். ஓகே, ஸோ த கிராவிடேஷனல் ஃபோர்ஸ் இட் வில் பி த எக்ஸ்டர்னல் ஃபோர்ஸ். External force. Suppose we have to consider as a moon. Suppose we have to consider as a moon into account. Earth it will be giving the external forces on the moon. Okay, Earth it will be giving the external forces. That is the gravitational force it will be giving on the moon. But this system, Earth alone as a system, Earth just not having the internal forces. Sun it will be giving the external forces on the Earth. This is the first one. And second one, Earth and Sun as a system. ரெண்டையுமே நீங்கள் சிஸ்டமாக எடுத்துக்கிறீங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டில் Earth only is the system, but the second one, Earth and Sun as a system. What's the meaning? That Earth it will be giving to the one force on the Sun, and Sun it will be giving the force on the Earth. Because it will be moving one to another, it will be some interaction is there, that the interaction will be lying between the Sun and Earth. Sun it will be exerted on the force on the Earth, and Earth it will be giving the external force to the Sun. So that all are the internal forces it will be exerted by the Sun, and internal forces are exerted by the Earth. Internal forces mean அதோடைய அதுக்குள்ளே இருக்கக்கூடிய forces. இது வந்து ஒரு action and reaction pair. Okay, so one force it will be giving the action, one Sun it will be giving the action to the Earth, Earth it will be giving the reaction to the Sun. So those two objects are having the internal forces, but the internal forces exerted to the another one side. Sun, Earth having internal force, but that the internal force it will be acting external force on the Sun. Sun it will be having the internal force, that the internal force it will be exerted on the Earth. Okay, so that is the external forces also. Then third one, our body as a system. Our body as a system means one person it will be standing on the floor. Okay, that the whole weight it will be acting downward. So the gravitational force it will be giving to the ground. So that is the external force. That is the internal force also. So the force is exerted by the Earth on our body. Body மட்டும் கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கங்க, அவன் மூவ் ஆகலை, எதுவும் ஆகலை. ஸோ அவன் மட்டும் இப்படி இருக்கும்போது body as a system it will be the ground it will be applying the external force on the, அவன் கீழ் நோக்கி நிற்கிறதுக்கு காரணம் நம்ம whole weight it will be acting on the ground. What's the reason? The gravitational force will be exerted on the body, that the body it will be standing on the floor. So Earth it will be giving the external forces, no internal forces there. Okay, then our body and Earth as a system. Body எடுத்துக்கோங்க, Earth எடுத்துக்கிறீங்கன்னா body it will be giving the external force, and Earth it will be giving the external force. So the both objects having the internal forces, that the forces it will be acting the external forces on one to another. ஒன்றுக்கு ஒன்று ஷேர் ஆகி, அதாவது ஒரு சிஸ்டம் மட்டும் நீங்கள் கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கிறீங்கன்னா அங்கே இன்டர்னல் ஃபோர்ஸ் கன்சிடர் ஆகாது, நியர்பையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எக்ஸ்டர்னல் ஃபோர்ஸ் மட்டும் கன்சிடர் ஆகும். But you have to consider as a two thing as a system, two object as a system, that the two objects are having the internal forces, that the internal forces will be acting the external forces to one another. Okay, this is the example. Okay, example 3.15. In this session I explain what is momentum, what are the points about the momentum, and what are the examples of momentum, what is the impulse, what are the examples of impulse, how to derive the impulse formula, and then example 3.15. So home assignment for today's session is, learn and write the law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of linear momentum. Law of conservation of linear momentum with the examples. So learn and write the law of conservation of linear momentum with the examples. Okay, thank you.